Hello, my name is Tristan Jones, and I am the music and computer science teacher at the Patterson STEAM High School in Patterson, New Jersey. Welcome to this overview of the New Jersey Student Learning Standards for Computer Science and Design Thinking, 8.1.5 Impacts of Computing. Computer Science Strand 8.1.5 Impacts of Computing for grades 3 through 5 is designed to further student knowledge of how computing technologies influence behaviors, culture, and social interactions. The main goals of this strand is to ensure students understand that 1. Computing can affect people in positive and negative ways. 2. The impact of computing can be felt at the local, national, and/or global level. 3. The behavior of every person within the community influences cultural and social interactions. 4. Computing influences new cultural practices. This strand exposes generational shifts in living, thinking, and culture. Young professionals who have always had cell phones and the internet dwell in a historical perspective where innovation to make technology run faster and more efficiently reigns supreme. Seasoned professionals who recall the time before cell phones and the internet have experienced foundational shifts in their lives. They have moved from a time where telephone mobility was limited by cable footage and quarters were used for outside payphones to have a device everywhere all the time. Some people like the changes, and some do not. Below are a few ways to prepare to teach. Download the NJSLS standards and read just the strand. Do not focus on all of it. Just look at the material needed now. Save the rest for another day. Reach out to your technology supervisor and request training. Talk to people from different generations, specifically a person who used only stationary phones or a person who has always had or remembered the presence of a mobile phone. Get their thoughts on the pros and cons of technology. Create a technology word wall of key vocabulary words and concepts. Create a pre-test and post-test based on grade 5 requirements. Use the test at each grade level to monitor progress towards the knowledge students should master by the end of 5th grade. For Strand 8.1.5.IC.1, when identifying computing technologies that have impacted how people live, narrow your focus to a few specific areas. Here are 4 examples: the telephone, mobile versus stationary devices; school setting, in-school versus remote learning; food delivery, Uber Eats versus grocery stores or farming; traveling, horse and buggy versus airplane. Research information so you can provide students with historical perspectives related to factors that influence change. Provide a wide variety of examples about life before and after the implementation of new computing technologies. Create a YouTube playlist based on your research. While discussing computing technology, have students assess the good and bad. Create research projects that require students to interview an older person in addition to online research. Ask students to create innovations to a computing technology that can improve its accessibility and usability by addressing the diverse needs and wants of users. Lastly, try to expose students to concepts without leading them to a conclusion. Have them support their point of view based on researched evidence. You will probably have to scaffold the material as students move from grade 3 to grade 5. Think about what works best for your students. Here's one approach at scaffolding the material. Scaffolding for grade 3. Step 1. Examine grade 2 vocabulary. Create and give the grade 2 post-test based on key vocabulary terms. Assess the data to determine your starting point. Step 2. If the grade 2 post-test results are acceptable, give the grade 5 post-test as a pre-test for grade 3 and assess the data. Step 3. Regularly review the word wall. Step 4. Focus on 2 to 3 computing technologies instead of every available device. Step 5. Have student-driven discussions about computing technologies and their impact. Step 6. Construct pro and con charts and post them as reference materials in class. Step 7. Consider having students work collaboratively in small groups. Step 8. Provide project guide sheets and an exemplar. Step 9. Constantly monitor student activity and progress by asking guiding questions and recommending additional resources. Step 10. Consider installing check-in points to make sure everyone is contributing to the group's overall progress. Step 11. End the marking period with the Grade 5 pretest. Assess student progress. Scaffolding for 4th grade. Step 1. Give the Grade 5 post-test as a pretest for Grade 4 and assess the data to determine your starting point. Step 2. Regularly review vocabulary terms. Step 3. Have student-driven discussions about computing technologies and their impact. Step 4. Construct and post pro and con charts as a reference material. Step 5. Provide students with choice in selecting their research topic as well as the vehicle with which they communicate their results. Step 6. Provide project guide sheets and an exemplar. Step 7. Monitor student progress. Step 8. Install check-in points for groups. Step 9. End the marking period with the Grade 5 pretest. Assess student progress. Scaffolding for 5th grade. By the end of Grade 5, students should have seen the material 3 times. As a final push to ensure mastery, the following is recommended. Step 1. Give students the post-test for Grade 5. Step 2. Provide an intense, repetitious review of vocabulary words. For example, on Day 2, give an entry ticket with 2 to 3 vocabulary words. Review the answers. Those that did not pass should complete an exit ticket on the same day. On Day 3, add another word or 2 to the list and repeat the process. Complete all vocabulary words by the midpoint of this segment, then continue spot checking. Step 3. Have students work collaboratively to evaluate the positive and negative impacts of computing devices in their life, community, and the world. Step 4. Create artifacts based on group activities and share information with classmates. And Step 5. End with the Grade 5 post-test and assess the data. We must continue our attempts to meet students where they are and move them to where they should be. To this end, there are several things we can do. For all students experiencing difficulty, the following is recommended. Daily review of vocabulary words and concepts. Allow them to work in collaborative groups or with an aide, if available. Provide more time to complete assignments. Consider listing all work for the week on your district's learning management system so that they have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to all materials. Pare down the amount of information you want them to know. For English language learners, the following is recommended. Have an aide or trustworthy student translate your instructions to the class. Learn and incorporate Google Translate. Create instructional guides in English and have links to translated documents contained within. Allow students to enable Translate programs, if available, within the app. Every week, challenge yourself to learn how to say a sentence or 2 in their native language. Having ELL students is a wonderful way to push ourselves to learn another language. Here are some ways to differentiate the material for gifted and tech-savvy students. Let them become your teaching assistant. Give them special projects. For example, assist a struggling student, research a topic and provide a mini lesson to the class, or research a topic, then create and post an artifact for use by the entire class. This concludes our review of the Computer Science Strand 8.1.5 Impacts of Computing. I hope you're excited to begin this journey with so many other teachers throughout the state of New Jersey. Most importantly, breathe. Do not stress yourself out. You will get better with planning, practice, and time.